Hey, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your morning here. I just wanted to get a little update on how the Global Genes Rare Project fits into this role of collaboration, what our goal is, what we're working on, and what we're looking forward to doing in 2014 and beyond. We talk about the collective voice. It sounds like a very vague term. What exactly is the collective voice? How does the collective voice bring power to the rare disease community? And I think the best way to explain that is by doing a little exercise. And I'm going to pick on some friends of mine. Teresa, is she here? Stand up, please. Now, I want everybody to picture behind me 50 members of Congress having lunch, sitting there talking, doing what they always do. Teresa, representing Gaucher type 2-3, comes up. She wants to be heard. So, Teresa, what I'd like you to do is as loud as you can, because we're vocal advocates, is say, I will be heard. I will be heard. Now, how many of those Congress people do you think turned around when she singularly, by herself, stood up and said, I will be heard? Probably nobody. So now I want to add anybody who else, because Gaucher is in the lysosomal storage disease community, anybody else in the LSD community to stand up. I know we have a few of you. Okay? Now, on 3, I want you to say, I will be heard, so that these 50 members of Congress eating lunch and socializing can hear you. 1, 2, 3.
I will be heard.
Now, we probably has a few people turn around. They're probably saying, oh, okay. Now, if I can have everybody stand up. Representing, each of you are going to represent one of the 7,000 plus diseases. And at the top of your voice, I want you to say, I will be heard. 1, 2, 3.
I will be heard.
That is the power of the collective voice. It doesn't matter what rare disease you represent. Thank you. It doesn't matter what rare disease you represent. Many of our diseases are very similar. They may have similarities in research. They may have similarities in symptoms. But we all really have the same focus. And a lot of what we need to do to work together, we can put those aside and come for the commonalities of what we can do together. Now, what Global Genes wants to do, and in the back of your packet, we have our Foundation Alliance sheet. This is one of our initiatives that we're reintroducing this year. Many of you I have talked to in person and on the phone or via email, and that was part of our initiation into this program. And what the purpose of the Foundation Alliance is an agreement between your organization and Global Genes that we work together to promote this collective voice. And how we do that is by getting to know each other, by building in a relationship. Like, for example, let's say, I talk to Audrey from Pitt Hopkins, and she says, Carrie, I have no one else to talk to. I don't really know any other organizations, but do you know somebody who does 5K walks that can help me? I can say, hey, you know what? I know Cindy Frank in the National Gaucher Foundation who puts on walks every year. Let me introduce you to her. Or, for example, if someone says, I'm really having trouble getting this social media down. I know it's important. I don't know who I can talk to. Where do I go? I say, hey, she's already smiling. Melissa, I'd like you to talk to this person. Can you just spend 10 minutes mentoring them, giving them insight into how to do that? So what Global Genes is going to do is we want to be that bridge. We're not going to be representing any specific disease, but we want to be that bridge between all of you. Because many of you who started nonprofits, you may be the only nonprofit in your community, or you may not have those kind of connections to be able to talk to other nonprofits to learn what they do, to learn the best practices. For example, we've relied on Sue Kahn from NTSAD, who has been an amazing wealth of information for us. And it's building those kind of relationships that we can go to Sue and say, Sue, this is the project we're working on. Or Amy is working on this kind of situation. What can we give her? What advice can we do? How can we help her with that? And so by building these relationships with all of you, you're going to be building relationships with other nonprofits that you would have normally never even thought to reach out to. So if Julie and Lisa, who put together an amazing conference and raised, how much was it? Like 50-something thousand? $53,000 in 3 days just from her community to put on a conference. That is an incredible thing. And so if Heather comes to me and says, You Are Our Hope is going to put on a conference, what do? Hey, talk to Julie and Lisa. They can give you insight. So that is the role of our Foundation Alliance. All we ask, there's no fee. It's just a commitment to work with us and to share resources. We may come to you and say, you know what, we're working on this initiative. Can you please help us? We're going to be introducing our toolkits and other resources this year. And as you'll see the toolkits outside. 90% of the contributors for these toolkits were advocates like you because of the relationships we built in our Foundation Alliance. And by you sharing your information with us and us sharing it with the general rare community, we're really going to be able to empower those who don't know that they can be empowered. So we are going to give them the tools. We are the leaders of the rare community. Our Foundation Alliance, we are going to be the ones to help set the stage legislatively, researchally, and most importantly, collaboratively within our community. So if anybody has any questions on joining the Alliance, please reach out to me or any members of our team. And thank you guys very much.